We exist on Earth, planet Earth, which is in one of the outer arms of the Milky Way galaxy. We're kind of in the suburbs of the Milky Way. Now, what's crazy is our solar system and our galaxy don't fly in a straight line. It actually undulates like a wave, up and down. Now, these waves are millions of light years, right, in distance, depending on the trough and the height. But that's going around this supermassive black hole at the center. And what scientists discovered was that every so many tens of thousands of years, on our way up, we rendezvous or we sync directly with the galactic equator. In other words, we're on an equatorial line leading directly back to the supermassive black hole's equator in the center of our galaxy. Why is that important? Well, we're getting hit with supercharged particles coming from that plane of existence. They're being shot out at a crazy speed. And these particles are so tiny, they actually can penetrate your body. They penetrate even your DNA. They actually help to even re-encode DNA as they knock out certain parts of DNA. We have plenty of particles that, believe it or not, can pass right through you, like muons and quarks and so many other small particles in the subatomic spectrum. But this is important because it seems as if, according to the ancients, every time this happens, we have this great awakening. And things look like the chaos is spreading from left to right, to and fro. But what's really happening is humanity is actually beginning to wake up. The masses are beginning to wake up. So don't take it personal and don't take it as if it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. This is the beginning of the world. We're heading into the fifth age, okay? And they're going to use a lot of fear to control you. It's, the main system that they have in place right now. And the only one that they can consistently work on you is the fear factor. Because people will believe in what they see on mainstream news and mainstream media. And they will believe what the government tells them. And they know this. So through those mechanisms that they control, they have no other choice but to pump extreme fear on a consistent basis. They want to give you fear 24/7 because fear is not a controlled state. It's a state that allows them to warp you, bend you, and mold you directly into whatever they want. And once you succumb to fear, you're totally malleable. And you have to begin to understand that fear is false evidence appearing real. And fear, yes, my friends, fear is a choice. It is a choice. You have a choice to be fearful. You have a choice to be afraid. Or you have a choice to be courageous. You have a choice to be a warrior, not a worrier. Those are the choices that you actually do have. They know that by poisoning your mind with fearful thoughts and emotions, they create this concoction of hormones flowing in and out of the body. Cortisol spikes, right? All these different spikes of hormones that keep you in this fight or flight mode. And I do mean out of the body because your electromagnetic field coming from your heart whips out of the body. And scientists at MIT proved that cortisol spikes will whip out and ride, that hormone will ride out of your body on that magnetic field coming from your own heart. So you can actually spread that fear to others. Fear is contagious. And their biggest fear is that we don't come together. That we, meaning the people of Earth, all races, colors, creeds, and religions, don't come together. They don't want that to happen. This new age is the age of where they're trying to create another Babylon. They want another Tower of Babel, where we're completely separated and distracted and fighting one another instead of working together and collaborating like we did at the Tower of Babel in ancient times. And as long as they can keep us separated, as long as they can keep us fighting one another, they will continue to rule everything and chop up the pie. And trust me, they are all laughing at us at the same time. So it's up to us to flip the script on that, alchemically convert that tactic that they've been using, that divide and conquer and fear tactic, convert that into light. Because time doesn't fix drama, time doesn't fix patterns, awareness fixes those things. So it's important that you bring awareness to situations. When you bring awareness, all of a sudden, a new perspective opens. other avenues of opportunity open. Situations will manifest and things will be drawn toward you to fix and provide solutions for those issues and problems. And I want you to know that you're not becoming something new, you are remembering. Everything we're doing here is nothing but a remembrance. Everything that could exist and can exist has already existed. Every thought that you could think has already been thought about. We're living in a universe where truly there is nothing new under the sun. And that's a very famous text that comes out of the biblical text. It's a great quote. It's a true statement. There is nothing new under the sun. And when you come to the realization of this, you'll begin to realize, wow, there is so much here. All I've got to do is tap in. All I have to do is remember. And what's happening is, the ancients spoke about this. They spoke about, our ability to connect directly to the divine. They never spoke about really, self-improvement and working on yourself. They believe that direct connection to the divine will naturally give you the ability to do that. And we are all directly connected to the divine. Why? Because every atom in our body is created from the same spark that created everything in the known universe, in the known multiverse even. And we're all sitting in this quantum field. And in this quantum field, scientists have proven that everything is energetically connected, and quantum entanglement can happen between particles regardless of distance. They can happen even between synapses in the mind. Yes, they discovered that your thoughts sometime disappear from existence and they don't know where they go, but they say they're going into different dimensions. And then they're coming back. So even our mind is connecting with information from other realms. We're really multidimensional, incredible beings with a direct connection to source. We just need to know and believe that. We don't need to go through a middleman to get to the source. All we need to know is that we are already directly connected. And guess what? You are already divine and you are already eternal. You have already been here and you will always be here in one form, shape, or another. Energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transformed. And the only thing that you can do spiritually and consciously is shift to higher dimensions and connect back to your higher self, connect back to source. Even though the truth is there is only one source. So not only are we all the same age, we're also the same source. We are just fractals of that one source energy, giving us the illusion of individuality, giving us the illusion of separation, giving us the illusion of distance. In truth, there is none of that. We're just one, experiencing life subjectively from different perspectives and still sending and transmitting all that back to source in a higher dimension. The more I look at it, I realize that the universe doesn't respond to what you want, it responds to who you are. When you start really analyzing your dominant frequency, if you sat back and meditated and just thought about what are the dominant thoughts that you're thinking about every single day on a consistent basis, within an hour, start tracking and logging your dominant thoughts. Start getting real curious about who you are and what you're thinking about, what you're focusing on the majority of the time. It could be a very enlightening thing. You might find that your dominant frequency might not be in alignment with the life that you really desire. You might find that you need to change some of your conscious thoughts and change the actions you're putting out behind your thoughts. That most people suffering, it just comes from misidentification. A lot of people are identifying with old systems that are outdated. We're living inside this program matrix. And to me, that doesn't take away anything from spirituality or reality or who we are. It's just explaining the method used to operate this operating system that we're living inside of. The reason why we have operating systems on devices and computers is because it's a fractal of what we're living in. We can only create what's already here. Everything is a fractal. So the operating systems that we use on these computers are nothing different. But we have to become the conscious observer of what's happening instead of running through the maze like an NPC, like a non-player character. And then freedom is going to begin when that identification is observed, realized, and becomes free. You become free when your consciousness becomes free of this system. When you realize that you're not locked in, that you're a multidimensional conscious being having a third dimensional experience in the material world. Everything begins to change. Because ancient rituals, they didn't really have magic, so to speak, the way that we think. They were using coherent technologies. When thought, emotion, and intention align, the universe is going to respond. And they understood that. So they understood how to bend reality to their will using the basic principles of consciousness, the basic principles of coherence. And sometimes we slip out of coherence with our brain and our heart, two of our three brains. We have a gut brain, a heart brain, and a conscious mind, which we call the human brain. But when your heart and your mind are in alignment, you can really create a positive dominant frequency, and you can really do amazing things. But when that alignment slips, when your heart's in one place and your mind's in another place, then it's much harder to manifest. It's much harder to create the reality that you deserve. You'll realize that if you can meditate on your body's physical state of being, a lot of the times you'll realize you're being overstimulated, you're being distracted, and that puts you in a very, very precarious situation, because now it's stripping you of your awareness. And this is why initiations always included silence, meditation, fasting, isolation. They would take adept initiates and put them through these rituals, and these rituals would literally put a person in a state of mind where they can become maximized. They can become adept initiates. They can work themselves towards becoming ascended masters. But in this current era, in this current day, these same rituals create new habits, and those new habits will help calm your nervous system and keep you under control. And then understanding that internal freedom is really the only real liberation. The only way to break free from this matrix is to be free within your own consciousness. You've heard many times before in the past, I'm sure, some people who were released from prison being innocent, and they had done 15, 20, 30 years. And people ask them in interviews, how did you do the time? And they say, they had my physical body, but they couldn't take my mind. Because these people had gotten to a point where they realized that the mind is outside of space and time. And if you take a journey to inner space and work on yourself, there's no greater work you can do in this world than working on yourself and liberating yourself from this conscious matrix. The one that has you in the lower frequency, the lower dominant frequency that's attached to all the other things on the outside, the belief systems, the propaganda, the dogma, the actions and activities that they want you involved in. When you can go to inner space and work on yourself, you can liberate yourself from these old attachments that have been forced on you for generation after generation.